worse than what I pulled in here with, I wasted a ton of money.
I screwed it up, I rushed it, and it went pop, and I was like, no!
Kind of flying by the seat of my pants, but we're
What's
just not...
new, Matt?
I might burn down the whole boat, so stay tuned.
I'm Kristen, and this is Matt. We've spent the last 4 years sailing our $5,000 Craigslist boat to some of the most beautiful places in the Caribbean. From spearfishing in South Andros, Bahamas, staying in a treehouse and riding horses through the rainforest of the Dominican Republic, to even dodging hurricanes in Puerto Rico. We could have never imagined what this adventure would become. After gaining more sailing experience, we knew we had to make some serious upgrades to our boat if we wanted to keep this journey going. So we decided to go all in with our 40-year-old boat and get a new engine. We soon realized that we were in for more projects than we originally planned on. There's going to be some major changes coming up, so hit subscribe and join us for the journey.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Sailing GBU. We got another episode, knocking projects out. Today we're jumping right back into the galley, and we're going to be starting to make our countertops. We have a pretty good idea what we're going to do with them, and we feel like it's a pretty budget-friendly idea. So hopefully it works out, and then maybe some people out there that are trying to redo their boat can do this, and we save people money.
Yeah, we save lives and we save money in the process.
What lives are we saving?
Just people need counters to live. You have to cook food, so it's a necessity.
All right, we're gonna keep this train rolling on projects. Let's get right into it and waste no time.
Toot toot! Alright, so I'm in my galley. I gotta move forward with the countertops. I'm feeling super motivated because me and Kristen made a long list on a paper plate yesterday of what we got left, and it does seem like there's light at the end of the tunnel. Don't make the train joke, even though we said keep the train rolling, but a lot of people said the light at the end of the tunnel could be a train, and we got sad for a little bit. But now we're back on track, and we have an idea for our countertop, and once we made these with the PVC, it got me thinking that this is the kitchen, there's going to be some water in here, and, you know, what can I do to make things better for myself and keep things waterproof? And I thought the PVC board would be a good way to do this. It's something what we're going to be experimenting a little bit more, but it's really workable. We're going to do an epoxy pour on it anyway. It's lighter, it's cheaper as well, and it's just flat. It's got a nice flat surface, so it's going to be one less thing we're going to have to really smooth out when we go to epoxy pour. And, you know, water and all that stuff. So we're going to cut it out. I think I can get it all in here in one piece. Hopefully I can. If I can't, I'm going to have a seam somewhere, and I'm really not wanting that to happen. So let's start measuring and see if we can get her in here.
Moment of truth, is it gonna fit in?
Nope.
Are you sure? Hold on, let me help you. All right, let's see. What is it off, like an inch?
Alright, so it's not fitting through the door, so I just need to make a little trim out for now, a few inches, just to get this thing in here. But luckily we have a void where we have a little bit of play.
Whoa. Ta-da! Alright, time to put it on there.
I'm gonna put it on. Alright, so we got the counter in here, dry fitted. It goes in here all nice and deep like. It looks good, I'm happy about it. And we're gonna overshoot it where the stove goes. We're not gonna cut our stove hole yet because we ordered it from West Marine and they had like a backlog or something like that. So we haven't been able to get it just yet. So it'd be nice if it was here because then we could completely finish this product. But in typical GBU fashion, we're gonna get 70% of the way into the project and then put it away and start a brand new one probably. So still waiting on the stove, still kicking along, and yeah, we ain't giving up. Like Kristen said, the train keeps rolling.
Whoa, big boy. Alright, so now we got to make our lip over our counter to make our counter look fatter than it actually is. I'm going to use this bad boy to try to melt the corners and make it look super cool. I don't know if that's going to work out, but... Or you might burn down the boat.
I might burn down the whole boat, so stay tuned. First, I got to cut my script out, though.
Alright guys, we melted it. We made sure to only melt in the middle so that we didn't warble or wobble the edges. It kind of went like a burnt marshmallow, and then I rushed it and it went pop. And then we had a crack down here, but we're thinking we still might keep it and then just fill that in because we have to Bondo a lot of it anyways, because before the epoxy goes on, we need to get the smoothest situation, else it's going to be obvious in the epoxy pour. So we think we might keep it. We're gonna see. We're just gonna keep moving forward. But yeah, I screwed it up. I rushed it and it went pop, and I was like, no! another day, and guess what? We received our nice new sink, and I'm pretty surprised. It looks pretty huge, but we've already checked it out at the boat, and it's gonna make such a big difference compared to our old double sink. It's the same size pretty much on the outside and depth, but this one without the space now has plenty of room. I'm excited. It's gonna be a good upgrade, but we gotta work some more today, so we have to head on down to the boat and jump on more projects.
All right, so yesterday we got it in. It got a little too late, a little too dark to keep working, so we had to dip up out of here, and we left pretty sad because I was making some wonky warblers, and obviously with a granite countertop you need it to be perfectly level and straight, and I don't have planers. But I came back, we divided and conquered. I came back for myself for about an hour, and I just took my time, maybe 2 to 3 hours. I don't want to be a Pinterest person and say it took an hour. 2 to 3 hours of very meticulous, slowly going, and what I did was I used a really fine sandpaper, like a 2000 grit, to buff it down, and it made it really, really smooth, and it's perfectly flat, it's perfectly level now, so I'm really happy with that. And now all I have to do is figure out how to cut out my sink, keep it all moving.
And you use Bondo to fill it?
Yeah, I filled in the little cracks with Bondo, and I was able to butt that up perfectly. I don't have any bad parts, so I'm excited. I think it came out really good, and I think it's going to be an acceptable product at the end. Alright, so I'm in here looking at how I'm going to have my drop-in sink, which is a little bit difficult when it comes to routing out these pieces of wood. So what I decided was, through the working with the PVC in the kitchen, the galley, excuse me, I liked working with that, and it was a lot easier to work with the router and sanding and being able to polish it up and things like that. So I think what I'm going to do is use a piece that I have left over and do that for my half bath as well, for the same reasons. It's going to be completely waterproof. Termites ain't going to eat it. This gets a lot of water flow in this area, so might as well make it out of PVC, and it's going to be better all the way around. So this piece is going to go in the scrap pile. The scrap pile is looking pretty good, but I'm going to use it as a template to cut my new piece first. Alright, so now that we got our new countertop in here, the PVC, we're going to do an undermount sink. I got to cut my hole for that, so this is my first time doing an undermount sink, so kind of flying by the seat of my pants, but we're just not going to go too fast. So now that we have our shape, we're ready to go. I'm just going to use my router to get this, and I'm going to bring it out away from the sink so I can use my Ned clampets to clamp my straight edge on there, so the inside cuts I can get straight, and then I think the curves, I'll just be able to slowly get those by hand and then sand them out later. We'll see. We'll see if old Captain Matty, old Uncle Matty's a craftsman or not.
I think we should know by now.
If you don't know me by now.
How'd you do on that first hand cut curve?
My heart is beating so fast.
Is it really?
No.
Oh. thought you were nervous.
I'm not.
I guess it's just PVC board.
It's just PVC. You know, at the end of the day...
I feel like we're doing, like, elementary school projects with PVC. Is this really going to be our countertops?
I hope so. I certainly believe it is going to be a countertop. But, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a boat. This is just a boat, and we're just fixing it the way we want to fix it. And if it all goes to crap, and it's worse than what I pulled in here with, I wasted a ton of money. And in life, I've wasted a ton of money. I'm 37 years old. I've blown it, I've blown it before. I bought surfboards, paid $500 for them, and broke them the very next day. So in life, you just got to go for it. Don't keep your money in a pile. Blow it on a boat and just put a bunch of plastic cupboards everywhere.
Dang it, we screwed up. That is obviously not what's supposed to happen. What happened there, Matty boy?
I'll be honest, I don't really know from looking at it. I obviously had it...
Your measurements were off from the back.
No, what initially was we measured from where we wanted this hole. So from the bottom, it just couldn't move forward. So basically... Excuse me. All I have to do here is trim out the bottom, and we're still going to have it where we want in the counter. So it's just the fact that I couldn't see through. And
So we have to just change the movement of where the sink is?
yeah, all I have to do is take the sink out, put the template on, and then mark out where the sink's going to go. And then cut that out on the bottom side, and then that's going to be that.
Okay.
We're going to see.
Quick fix, right, Matt? Voila! Fits a lot better now. Just gotta sand the edges, right?
Yeah, we definitely got to sand the edges, clean it up a little bit, and then, shit, we're going to be looking Gucci. Gucci,
And
Guala,
obviously put a
Versace.
different faucet and then that.
Yeah, I don't think that faucet going to do too much for us, but that's just our template. That's our mock-up, so we can see what it's going to be like. So yeah, maybe push that back a little bit. Come in here, splishy splash, get my exfoliating treatments going. I think overall it's going to be a major improvement. And open my drawers. Only problem is, now our drawers got a little too tall for our mock-up there.
Well, I got a shorter faucet. I ordered it. It's shorter.
Okay, yeah, we did this so we could find our max clearance for our drawers, or our doors, whatever the heck they're called. But yeah, I'm happy about this. I think by the time it's all said and done, this is going to be a really beautiful improvement on this little space.
Alright guys, so we got that counter done for the most part, cut out. Matt still has to sand the edges, so he's going to do that. And the kitchen counter's getting on its way. We got a phone call from West Marine that our stove is here, so that's exciting. So we'll be able to fit that in place and cut out the countertops. And another exciting thing is we finally walked around and wrote down our list of jobs on a paper plate of what we got left here. So
High-tech operation we're running around here. But yeah, so with the stove coming in, to touch on that, I think that's the last like big parts that we're waiting on, other than some parts for our engine. Guys, I know like everyone, we showed you the engine a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago at this point, and everyone's like, when's the engine going? Ain't going crazy. I try to reply as many comments as I can and try to answer as many people as I can, but we're waiting on parts for the shaft. Basically, our old shaft was misaligned. We never really noticed it because we never motored, but it had worn out what is called a shaft boot. So it wore it out, and it's kind of a particular part. It's not just something you can go to West Marine and grab. So I'm going to have to still figure out my haul out. They have to make time for me, and I'm getting to that, but that's going to be coming pretty quick. And then also, too, when it comes to responding to comments, unfortunately, guys, even though I try, I can't get to every single comment. So what I'm going to do from now on to answer some of these important questions is I'm going to respond weekly to the top 50 comments. So I'm going to wait like 1 or 2 days, and then, or maybe the first day. Maybe the first day when the video goes up, I'm going to go back and respond to the top 50 comments. So if you see a comment for a question that you were going to ask,
how do they get to the top 50?
Just like it. I think that's how liking on works. So if you see a question that you want to see answered, instead of just asking the same question, just like that comment so it goes to the top, and then I can get to all 50 of those. Let's say we posted 9 in the morning, 10 in the morning where we are, 6 or 7 in the evening, I'll go and go to those top 50. That way I can get to everybody, hopefully as best as I can, answer these questions, because I can't, not to be like...
Or you could go to Patreon and you could get direct messages.
That is true, ever the businesswoman here. But yeah, to take my humble hat off for a second, we get a lot of comments, 800 or so. I can't get to 1,000 comments even though I'd like to. So this is going to be a way that we can, coordinate and communicate a little bit better. So I wanted to do that too. But we are getting projects done. We got all of our parts except for just that one last part. Hopefully.
Anyway, so I'm sure there's 100 other projects we're not thinking of on here, but at least now we can start making some checks and moving through things. It's also kind of complicated because of the filming of the videos. We don't need to put every project on the video. Some are just like, dumb things like sand this here or sand that there.
Yeah, so, let us know. Let us know in the comments. Would you rather us keep going at the pace we're going where we kind of share maybe too much details with you? Or would you like us to just work for 2 weeks, don't film, do all the projects, and then just do like a 5-minute walkthrough of everything we did? What would you
boring.
Prefer? TMI or
Stop trying to get out of your jobs. Anyways, guys, make sure you subscribe. If you watch our videos every week and you don't subscribe, look in the mirror and say, what am I doing?
Bro, we met some people the other day that the homies came out to the boat and they're like, hey, let's get some drinks. And they were like, I think we're going to subscribe to you. And I said, hold up. Y'all ain't even subscribed? That is for free. But I don't know. I don't know what it is. Some people take it very seriously. For me, I say just click it. Or
click it. Just give that little tap, tap, tap.
Or unsubscribe and come to the boat and see me and say, I didn't subscribe to you, fool. Let's go get some beers.
Anyways, we'll see you guys next week for more adventure, more fun, more tools, and more dust.
Yeah, and just remember, while you're waiting for the next video, I'm down here working. I won't take these gloves off, boy.
Bye.